Hi, and welcome to Katie's Corner in Space. Today I'm going to review Outlander Season 6, Episode 5, and a lot happens in this one. We get historical figures, we get returning favorite characters, and we find out that Malva is definitely a creep. So, let's get to it. Claire and Jamie have gone to New Bern for a celebration being held for Flora MacDonald. There they run into Lord John, who's been sent by Governor Martin to ensure his loyalty to the crown. John is sure of Jamie's loyalty and has taken the opportunity to not only visit and share news about William, but allay the governor's fears. Jocasta is also there, having recently purchased a print shop which she generously gave to Fergus so that his family, especially Henri Christian, could get away from the Ridge. At the inn that they're staying at, Jamie receives an invitation to meet some gentlemen involved with the Sons of Liberty, to which he goes and meets with Cornelius Harnett. The meeting itself is dangerous for both men, but Jamie has a reputation after leaving his red coat behind, so he's invited to join the Sons of Liberty. At the gathering, there are crowds of MacDonalds, the Major, as well as the guest of honor, who Jamie knew as a child. They exchange some stories before Claire offers to help Jocasta with her eyes that are causing her pain, and Flora with anxiety of a thief attempting to steal her necklace, which she recovered minus an emerald. As the ladies relax, they share their meetings of royalty, and this brings up unpleasant memories of France for Claire. Once alone, Claire makes use of her ether. She later joins the crowd as Flora MacDonald, famous for assisting Bonnie Prince in his escape from Scotland after Culloden, gives a rousing speech touting the need for unity and peace. It turns out this celebration, one financed by Jamie's aunt, is also being used as an opportunity to make sure that the new occupants of the Americas stay loyal to the crown. But in town, a print shop is under attack for printing pro-crown pamphlets, and Jamie, alongside Lord John and some British soldiers, quell the uproar. Before the day is over, Jamie reveals to John that he's joining the Sons of Liberty, which surprises and worries Lord John. He then convinces the Sons of Liberty he's indeed one of them, after he's seen saving the printer for doing a day's work, just before he saves them all for being arrested, thanks to the tidbit of information John let him in on. Back on the Ridge, Roger has been working hard at the Widow McCollum's. This is a problem because Bree discovers the ladies of the Ridge are talking about the time he spends there, as she, Malva, Marcelly, and Lizzie try to find a spot along the river to place a water wheel for her next invention, indoor plumbing. When Bree tries to explain why this could be seen badly to Roger, he brushes it off after telling her why she is so amazing, and he just wants to be of use. They discover a charm Marcelly recognizes made with, of all things, finger bones, among other gruesome bits. As the ladies guess who may have made it, the widow comes up and her relationship to Roger. Just then, Lizzie's malaria flares up, and the ladies take her back to lie down. Later, as Roger helps the Christie men bring the new belle up to the meeting hall or church, he finds Malva and Mr. Henderson in a compromising position. The two quickly jump up, but Malva threatens Roger with a lie that she saw him kissing the widow if he tells anyone what he saw. And so he hides the truth as she sneaks out the back. Later, he goes back to the widow's and takes note that not only does she feel obligated to invite him in for dinner, but seats him at the head of the table. He decides he can't keep coming up and asks someone else to look on the widow from there on. Bree later tells him she'll be having a baby, glad news that she also shares with Marcelly, who still worries for Henri Christian. And Roger makes a promise that he's going to be there with his family. All right, so we figure out, and Roger and Bree figure out, that the reason Roger wants to help the widow so much is because he was left with just a mother at such a young age and then orphaned. And he just feels like because he got lucky in his life, he should do something of assistance. And since Bree's up here inventing things that will make huge differences to the Ridge, he might not be able to invent something amazing for them, but he can help people in small ways, and he just wants to be of use. But I think it was good that he found somebody else to help the widow in the end. Oh, and yeah, the charm with finger bones and all the nastiness. At the end of the episode, we see Malva cutting off some poor dead soul's fingers, so she's a wishing for love. Not sure from where, because she's apparently getting it already. And the very last thing we see in the story is a tall man in a jail cell. And we don't see his face. It's long hair, scraggly, he's kind of dirty. But we do see a close-up of his hand, and inside his hand is the gem. So the only conclusion we can come to is that this is also a time traveler, especially since in the background he is whistling a fairly modern tune, the Colonel Boogie March, which you'll recognize it. And that is my total review for this week's Outlander, Season 6, Episode 5. Now, next week, I'm going to be out of town, so it's unlikely that I'll get the episode up on Sunday, but I will put it up. I won't schedule it to come out later. It'll be up as soon as it is and available. So do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to like this video if you're enjoying it, and do not forget to set up that alarm so that you will get the alert notification next time I release a new ep. So have a great day, have a great weekend, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.